It is Sunday morning and I'm already mad at myself. If I had remembered it was Sunday morning, Kevin and I would have left 15 minutes ago when we were done with breakfast. But I didn't remember it was Sunday morning, so here we are leaving on time, unfortunately. We'll still get to our destination way too early though. But the reason...
Not half an hour.
Not half an hour. The reason I could kick myself is because it's Sunday morning, so nobody's out. This would have been a perfect time to walk down to Trafalgar Square. But maybe we'll get up extra early tomorrow and do it tomorrow. We might do that. Because we could get up extra early tomorrow. So, tomorrow's a holiday, so we might do that. Because there probably won't be anybody down there that early tomorrow. Most people want to sleep in on a holiday. But, so, we are on our way to take another bus tour like we did the other day. When we went to Canterbury, we are going to take another one, and it's going to go to several places. Blenheim Palace, we're going to drive through the Cotswolds, stuff like that. So, I'll take you along with me, just like I did the other day. And I'll show you how to get there and all that stuff. Well, I'll show you where it's located in case you didn't watch that video and you're just watching this video. You'll notice how there are very few people out. This is how it was last time we were out on a Sunday. So, if you do want good pictures, it is what, Kevin, 7:30? Yep. 7:30. Guess we could have looked at Big Ben. It's 7:30 and nobody's out here. And it's beautiful. It's gonna be a gorgeous day. I'm wearing a jacket right now because it's cool right now. It's like 56 right now, but it's supposed to get up to like 76 or something. So it's gonna get really, really warm. So it looks like it's going to be a big tour today, and here is the bus that we're going to be riding on. This, a big blue bus. So it's going to look the same as it did last time. We have a different tour guide though. Tour guide's up here in blue. Can't see it right here.
Countryside. I confess this is one of my absolutely favourite tours, and I very rarely get it, so this is a treat for me. Hopefully it will be a treat for you as well. Introduction time. Most important person on the coach is Peter. He's driving us, so say hello to Peter. Oh, yeah, we picked a good bunch, Peter. There you are, full of energy. And my name's Debbie. And hopefully this is going to be a parasol today, but we have got a few showers possibly forecast later on, and it's going to be a bit, so it'll be both perhaps. So please, as we're a big group, I will wave this at various moments. So now we'll be heading to Burford village first, and there they do have some public toilets. And they operate with a 20 pence piece, the little baby hexagonal one. I remembered as I got out of the car at the station this morning to put a clutch of them in my pocket from my parking purpose. So if anybody needs bailing out. And then what we usually do, if there's a little line of us, we cheat and, you know, hold the door open for the next person to go in, and then we get lots of people for 20p. I was standing there one day, and I only had a small group, and one of the locals obviously was waiting as well. There's like about 4 doors, you know, and I did this thing of, you know, saying, right, okay, you know, you go in next, and I turned to the local and I said, I feel a bit bad because we're cheating your community out of money. And he said, absolutely not. He said, we think they should be free. We think it's a disgrace. I thought, that's all right then. So they might not all be like that, but we'll still, you know, majority rule. So if in doubt, I do have some 20p pieces with me. All right, now let's concentrate on the day. to, as I say, go to Burford first, which is a delightful little village that suffers from traffic. It's sort of the gateway to the Cotswolds at that end. So I feel sorry for the inhabitants of Burford, who normally have a constant stream of traffic coming down the hill and over the bridge and off and away. Obviously for people who are like us, doing a bit of the tourist stuff, it's good news, because retail therapy is ever important. I don't know how much or how little will be open, being Bank Holiday Sunday. As I say, these are smaller, independently owned shops, so it may be a case more of doing photographs and perhaps going down by the church, where I'm guessing they'll be doing some actual God stuff, because it's Sunday. But there's lots of lovely photos I'll show you that you can take outside the church, even if we can't get in. Usually there are a couple of coffee shops open, but I better not whet your appetite just in case it doesn't happen. And we normally spend about 30-40 minutes in Burford. Lovely pictures again, walking down towards the bridge, looking out over the meadow, and there's a wonderful house there as well. So very, very picturesque. And we are usually lucky, manage to park up just beside the main street, as in a little side turning. But it is very, very, very typical of the Cotswolds. So when we get out that way, we lose all this red brick, which some people love. It all depends what you've been brought up with and what you're used to back home. And in the Cotswolds, we're into the gorgeous butter-coloured limestone. So Burford, lots and lots of bits to photograph. Then from Burford we go up to Bourton-on-the-Water. That is a flat village. Again, it's the same principle. You've got your one main street going through the middle, the high street. And what is so picturesque there is the River Windrush, which is also at Burford, down at the bottom of the hill. But you have real access, and it's called Venice of the Cotswolds. So with your main street and your shops down one side, and that's much more likely to have stuff open Bank Holiday, because it's a real tourist trap. And then you cross over, and the river is, I suppose, about a couple of meters wide, and is very shallow. And I dare say if it's warm, the small children and the dogs will be paddling in it, and the poor old ducks will have to take shelter. And it flows quite fast, so it's nice and clear and clean. And then you have these tiny little bridges that you walk over onto the street on the other side, which is full of gorgeous looking Cotswold buildings again. And after Bourton-on-the-Water, because the distances are not huge, between the villages, which is lovely, it's probably about another 20 minutes up to Stow, not even actually from there. And Stow-on-the-Wold is the highest village physically in the whole of the Cotswolds area. Not the highest point, but the highest village. So the little refrain says, Stow-on-the-Wold where the wind blows cold. But luckily today we're not going to feel that. It's full of antique shops, which I don't suppose will be open, but as I say, it wouldn't surprise me. It's got a little market bit square. It has much more orange stone than Burford and Bourton, so more orangey tones in the stone, rather like when we get to Blenheim, there's also darker, more orange coloured. And you've also got some old stocks just on the tiny village green. It's like a little triangle. I don't know whether you know what stocks are. In the medieval times, if you were going to be named and shamed, you would have to spend a day in the stocks, and it's basically planks of wood with a little bit of a hole cut out, and you would either put your hands through, or you might even have to sit and put hands and feet through, and then anybody who wanted to, who thought you'd done these bad things, could come along and throw rotting vegetables at you. So that was spending time in the stocks, so hopefully I won't have to put any of you in the stocks today. There's an amazing kitchen shop, but again, it's a big one, but I can't promise. I don't know if it'll be open or not. But otherwise, I say we'll spend time there so that you get all the lovely photos. And then from Stow, we make our way. We're sort of going more or less in a sort of triangle once we come off the main road. So we go up as far as Oxford, we throw a left basically and start heading west, and then Burford, and from Burford we go a bit northwest to Bourton, and then a bit more northeast to Stow, and then we're coming back down the other side of the triangle to go to Blenheim Palace, which obviously is, I suppose, the highlight of the day. And I'll tell you a little bit about that later on.
So I want to show you out the window because it looks pretty much the same as what we're used to. It looks a lot like home. Yeah, this looks exactly like the scenery that we're used to seeing anyway, which is beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. But it's not much different. We're just driving on the other side of the road. Here's the bus.
Wold or Weald, spelled W-E-A-L-D, means two things. It means open rolling countryside and also a very wooded area, and you'll see the variety once we get towards Burford, and then we do the other little villages. So this is a bit of a false impression. The Cot part of the name, although over the years I've read all sorts of different ideas and explanations, the one that makes the most sense to me is one that I discovered in a lovely sort of glossy book with lots of pictures about the Cotswolds. And because of the area's association with sheep rearing for wool in the olden days, they talked about sheep coats, C-O-T-E-S, The area of the Cotswolds is about 800 square miles. It goes into 3 different counties, and I should think it's one of the most visited areas, you know, by you who come from far overseas as well as from folk who live here. Certainly for all of you, it's on the doorstep. It's easy when you're in London. You can come and do this, you can have a day out, get a little taste of this delightful area. And they reckon that about 3.5 million visitors a year come out this way. Maybe one day, if you love it, you'll want to come back and you'll be brave enough to take a hire vehicle and go driving through the Cotswolds, because there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of places that do bed and breakfast, and with a smaller vehicle you can get into some really darling, quaint little villages that, you know, we couldn't even begin to take the coach into, so you couldn't, there'd be nowhere to turn round or nowhere to get back out again. As I said to you, I'm very biased. I think it's a lovely area and I adore the architecture. This amazing vein of limestone that has provided the building material for so much of it actually starts down in the southwest of the country. So you also get limestone in Bath. Some of you may have done the trip down there already. Similar colour. And then the vein makes its way up, generally heading a little bit northeast, comes up past Oxford, goes right on up into the middle of the country. And depending whether you're sort of north, south, east, west, roughly speaking, in the generic area of the Cotswolds, the stone varies a little bit in colour, so dark orangey in some parts, that lovely sort of buttery, soft grey colour in others, and towards the north end, which we're not going quite that far up, it gets much, much greyer and paler, and we'll see what you think at the end of the day, but I think the buttery yellow is the prettiest, is the loveliest colour. And of course at this time of year we're just beginning to get our roses coming out, and the summer colours, the pinks, the reds, the vivid colours. I don't know whether they'll be well ahead here or whether they haven't risked it in case we have frost at the end of May. You know, sometimes we get blips. They usually say cast not a cloud till May is out, meaning actually a piece of clothing, but you know, the same thing with the tender garden plants, with the annuals. So I don't know whether we'll see the people of Burford have already got their geraniums potted up and out, but normally it's a riot of colour through the summer months, and I always think those colour stones make such a lovely backdrop for the plants. Now Burford actually means ford, is where you can cross water with animals, so that is basically from the river down at the bottom of the hill. We'll come in on the top of the hill, and the BUR bit comes from BURG, like in Edinburgh, a city or a town really on the hill. It, I suppose, probably has a population of, I'm guessing a little bit here because these things vary over the years, but it's probably around about 10,000. And as I was saying to you earlier, it's thought of a little bit as the gateway to the Cotswolds. The church is interesting. There's been a church in Burford for nearly 1,000 years. Obviously it's changed and it's been added to, but there are a couple of little places on the facade where you can still see Norman style architecture, and that's very rare with us because we went over to the Gothic style, and show you. There's a lovely doorway, which is now, it feels at the back of the church, but it's essentially would have been the west door. And then also on the tower, you can see traces again of Norman architecture. Now get cameras ready, because we're going to be going down this hill. I'll ask Peter if he'll go as slowly as he possibly can, just in case you don't have the energy to walk back up it. And start oohing and eyeing. Beautiful dry stone walls, all the same limestone, and I love this little house on the left there. It's got the peonies out already. It just looks like the land that time forgot, I always think. And here is your main street. They also have a building called the Tolsey, which was where they used to weigh and keep the fleeces, store them. It's the one with the clock on the left here. I'm trying to look at the shops for all of you to see what's open and what's not. Oh, there's a bit open. That's a bit open. That's the Tolsey with the columns underneath on the left, right next door to Sheep Street, of course. Is our lovely Huffkins the baker open? Oh yes, look, you're in luck. Bit early for the pubs, I would say. And then in just a moment we're going to turn off this main street. And the Oxford, yes, lots of shopping open. On the left there, the Oxford Shirt Company, fabulous bits and bobs, that's clothing. Oh no, it looks like Burford is opening, so welcoming you with open arms. Well, we're lucky with.
So we're in Burford, the Cotswolds, and we just got off the bus. So we're parked on a side street, and we're headed down to the main road. Right down here is the main road, and I love all the little decorative the flags that they have out. And look how pretty this building is. So right now we have an hour. It is 10 after 10, and we have until 10 after 11 before we have to be back. So we have 1 hour to shop. The cook shop. Wonder if they have any salt and pepper. Huh? That's a pretty dress. Oxford Brush Company.
Oh, the dusters.
Who would have known that you needed so many brushes? I would have never known you need a shop of brushes. These are clothes. Clothes. Lots of baskets, yeah. Oh, it's a co-op. Can we go in here, please? I know, we're in there.
You have to carry your food.
No, I won't. I'm looking to see what Mr. Kipling they have. I know. I'm coming in here to see what Mr. Kipling cakes they have.
A little pass of guacamole and
Sour cream topping. Huh. No, we don't. We don't get it in the squirt bottles. Okay, here are cookies. Oops. Oh, here's cakes. They have the exact same ones. The exact same ones. Did you look at the cookies? Ooh, these are new. Chocolate chip. Wagon wheels. What are those gold? I've never seen those. Huh. McVitie's Gold. Crunchy with the unique gold coating. I wonder if they taste any different though.
You want to go?
I'll get those too because I've never seen it.
Yeah, he was quite sorry about that. It's not a good move.
You want a Coke? Okay, get you a Coke. They don't have a Coke? Are you sure? You can stand in line. I'm just gonna look around. You would just go to the toy department and get them a toy, but they actually buy those all the time. The one with the waggity tail. That's so cute, and it's a pet store. I love it. Oh, are they open? Are you interested in going in there? Huh? It smells very good in here.
That's 11.50.
Ooh, they have rum truffles. Where? Oh, do you have to get it like that, or do they have it in a package?
No, it's in
No, look, they have it here.
Huh. Yeah.
Vanilla,
Yeah, see, here's the bigger packages too.
but that's just the sea salt, just rum and
Yeah.
raisin.
Do you have anything mixed?
Assorted.
Do you want to get some?
Sure. What do you get in there?
What is that?
You get rum and raisin, walnut fudge, chocolate fudge, caramel. You get a lot. You want to get that one?
Yeah.
Hello.
They have gourmet chocolate pizzas.
I mean, like, you could go back up to the hotel. That's where I went. Oh, right, sorry. Okay.
And stage set.
Thank you. Did you guys see anything? Yeah. Can I say anything I want? I can hear.
Like a good hunt.
I thought you would. Let me. So we bought some fudge. We last year when we went to Bath, we made sure that we bought some fudge, and it was absolutely delicious. Yeah, it was really good.
People just aren't.
Antiques, 3/4 of collectibles. They're closed though, unfortunately.
Almost 10:30.
Yeah, you think we
Walking to 10 minutes and we'll cross.
cross the street? Yeah.
To the bookshop.
We went to a bookshop, but there were no MC Beaton books, which surprises me because she writes about the Cotswolds. So I'm surprised that they didn't have any. When do you want to cross, Jeff? We can. I don't know where a safe place to cross. That Burford news.
So if we can go right after this call.
Do you want to go in here? I think it's just a, well, it looks like it was just a convenience store. Oh, you don't?
I like the old, the white with the wood beams, with the black beams.
Yeah, I do too.
More medieval.
I do too.
One to buy.
See, we were just over there. Ooh. People are in there eating breakfast.
I went into Burford this afternoon.
They do have a crossing.
Oh, yeah.
I got the steps.
I better make sure I know what street we need to go back down.
It was next to that kitchen store.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw some things in there that I would have gotten, but I didn't even pick them up because that one little cup it was an adorable little cup, but it was 15 pounds for that cute little cup with the lady on it that I held up. Yeah, very expensive. So it's like, no, I don't think so.
So this is really going to be a day of walking around shopping.
That's what, yeah, is that okay with you? Right. Yeah.
You've got to get somebody that's willing to actually. The only thing that is the power. And there should be some around the corner.
I don't see an instrument.
The hankies are only. The hankies are only.
The Christmas.
License to grill.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
That clotted cream is delicious. We've had that.
That's what I said. It's good, but it sounds nasty. That's what we're looking at.
Oh, yeah.
This is now 37.
Oh, okay.
That's a white shot.
Yeah. Do you want to go in there?
Go in wherever you
I
want.
doubt they have any sweatshirts.
These are more traditional shops, not souvenir shops.
Right. Cards and gifts.
Jolly good for you.
Do you want to go in here?
These are napkins.
Those are napkins? Oh, they are napkins. That's so cute.
I need that one. I don't feel mean either.
Looking to see what if they've got any 15, because you know it's size curved down. Sorry.
Yeah, I heard her say, could you please stop taking pictures till you get back outside?
That's
I guess-
20,000 people that wouldn't get scenes out of her shop.
I know.
It's a visitor.
Well, no. They have British stuff in there, but there's the bathrooms.
Go back in my face. Like a gnat flew
No.
right in my eye.
You don't. The church, it says, is down here. She said it. Watch out, Kevin. Oh, yeah. A couple weeks ago, it was beautiful. I saw pictures of it a couple weeks ago.
They're open until 5:30. Look at this one.
That's cute. Well, I can mark something else off my list. I found some chips that were recommended to me. Well, somebody asked me had I ever tried them, and I haven't ever tried them, so I was glad that I could find them. I don't think there's any more shops now.
Never sounds like that bell that's on the bottom. Yes. We brought it over a couple bags.
Well, you have your backpack, and I can take my purse out of your backpack. There's the church. You just have to follow the sound of the bells. St. John the Baptist. If we had time, I would go in, but we don't. I would definitely stay. That's the way back out to the street. Do you mind if we walk over there just a little bit? I thought she said there was a garden. There's a lot of people walking. I mean, I know we don't have time, but on up there, there's a lot of people walking. What is this? Closed today for a private function. I'm surprised that we didn't see any, like, a shirt, sweatshirts, you know, that said.
Yeah, so these were small independent shops.
They're really stores that people need for daily living. They're not
regular
right.
stores.
They could do with a souvenir shop. They really could. With one souvenir shop that sold sweatshirts and t-shirts and British, you know, just junk for people to take home. They didn't have any of that stuff. No, there wasn't. Oh gosh. Where do you want to cross? Because we're not going to cross unless we go up. And they're all they're all trying to cross back. See, that store looked like it would have some stuff, but it says information center. I don't think you're supposed to cross it. So, in case you didn't watch the other video, this is what the box looks like that you get. This is your lunch. They call it a snack pack, but it's lunch. This has cheese and chutney on a bun. You get a bottle of water. You get some
crisp.
Yeah, just potato chips and some raisins and some cookies, oat and honey cookies. And these cookies are really good. So that is what you get for your snack.
And on the right is a house I would love to own. It has the river splitting and going through the garden, except that you'd have all of us coming by looking at you know, looking at your house. Oh, they're doing a lot of updating. Oh, right, okay, well, that's probably added on another $500,000, so we won't stop and go to the estate agents. This is another downside for people, that because the Cotswolds is so near London on the right-hand side, a 3-bedroom will set you back nearly £400,000. Rushes down past and then turns and comes parallel with the high street, and in the corner up there is what they call a motoring museum, but it isn't really. It's a rather large shop with an awful lot of, you know, automobile related memorabilia, souvenirs, etc. But it's rather fun outside. They have fashioned the bushes, you know, sort of done topiary in the shape of a little mini car. So again, quirky for a photo. There's a big shop that does all sorts of china bits and pieces. That often appeals to you all, despite having to take it back in the suitcase. And then here we're likely to have, yes, quite a few more people around.
Look at that dress, Kev.
For the red.
Mm-hmm. It's like a 50s.
Very nice house there, the restaurant and hotel for the diet. About another 3 minutes. Okay.
Do you want to go? Which way do you want to go?
Free, you know, that way or that?
Let's go this way.
I went to be honest.
He said he's been.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Agnes.
That's a store. Do you want to go in here? Blondus? Never heard of this one.
Short person, aren't you?
Yeah, let's see if they have a Walker. Look at all the Walker's cookies. We've never seen those. I know that he sounds like he can't breathe, doesn't he? I've never heard of Brannigan's. Oh, here's the cakes, Kevin.
That's all they make.
We've never had these.
Go cake bar.
Mars cake bars.
Will it be okay walking around? You think?
Will you look? Yeah. Will you look at the date? McVitie's lemon cake. A McVitie's lemon cake. I like.
Little treasures looking at grocery items.
I know. Hazelnut and milk chocolate.
You see right? Like there's those cakes.
Yeah. We bought some.
Yeah. Probably paid twice as much walk home. Who knows?
Probably did.
Here's, I'll catch you back.
Are you gonna get a drink or something? So here's the toilet paper they sell. Andrix? I don't know. They have Jacobs. They have the fish and chips. Those were really good. Jennifer, Nathan, Mike, I think sent us those. Sarah might have sent us some of those too.
I wouldn't have, but you already bought some. So I will.
Yeah, I'm buying stuff anyway, so you might as well. We bought some of those McVitie's Gold. Boasters. I've never heard of Boasters. Belgian chocolate chunks. They look good. They look like cookies. Viscount. Those are good. Those look really good. Maryland soft centers. Oh, yeah. I wish I could get more than I can. I can't get... Yeah, but those are big packages.
No, they don't get huge packages.
Do you want to try the custard creams? I've always wanted to try custard creams. Okay. Have we ever had one of these? Those are good. Animal bar.
I can see plastic back there. Like the way you use them.
I think they'll just ask if you want one. So like Kevin said, while everyone else is going to the souvenir store, I'm buying food. This looks like a cool place to go in. Excuse me. Do you see that? That's a sign for Ashley. See those old cars like we used to collect. Yeah.
It's got to be a chocolate.
Oh yeah, those are nice.
They're actually not chocolate. This is cool.
Oh. This one says quirky, so it'll have a lot of different stuff in it. We can. Do you want to?
Go wherever you want to go. That big metal rabbits. Are those rabbits you like?
I know, but you can't buy them. You can't take them home. And I'm actually looking for things we could get.
Oh, really?
This says Dutton's Film and Memory Cards on here. Oh, they have a little...
There's the water.
Oh yeah, we'll walk around there.
This is a 4-hour.
And this is a bakery. Fish and chips, meal. Where do you think we should cross?
Next to the
Pizza. Yeah, they have.
Just one little section of toys, and the rest of it's.
See, I knew his towels were too expensive. They've got them for his were $4.99.
Public convenience is enough.
There's a candy store.
If you, right, you're currently facing.
Do you want to cross, Kevin? Before they change their mind. Ice cream.
There's dogs in the water.
Oh yeah.
The dog really likes the water.
Do you...
Where are we going to go? Up that way, or?
It looks like there's places down here. Look at that garden over there. You see that? Beyond the... It would be neat if we could take a picture of ourselves somewhere. But I don't know where you take it.
Oh, this water. Oh, that bridge? The bridge is like right here.
Hey, sorry.
I said this. It looks like there's places back there too. Well, I saw that. Those potato chips.
It's a beaver, so.
Huh? Craft fair. Do you want to go to the crafts or do you want to go on down? Yeah. Do you want to see what's back here real quick? Yeah. Perfumes. Antiques. Let's go back here real quick. Do you want handmade candles? Now, the antique fair. Sunday roast. There's the motor museum. There's a bakery. There's the car she was talking about. The den. Wonder if you can walk behind. Like behind here. You can anyway. Oh, Kevin.
McIntyre.
I'm looking next door.
Are you sure we have to go back? We didn't go in there. I know, we don't have time. Look how good they are at backing these things in. And there's another one right next to it. This is where the buses park. And I mean, look how close that it is to the mirror up there. I mean, that is a close call. And he knows exactly what he's doing.
I think that's good. Nut drops back in mobile homes and stuff.
That is amazing that he can do that. And here's our bus right here.
Now, up here, as I say, some of the stone is much darker in colour. And I have no idea whether the antique shops will bother to open up. I think there's a little bit less to explore here. So I think I'm probably going to say I mean, the thing is, it's your interests I have at heart, which is that you have the maximum amount of time at Blenheim, because there's so much to do, and if, you just get exhausted, it's so nice sitting there and looking at the view. So let's see how long it takes us to turn in. It's now coming up 1:45. So if we did to about 1:30.
We have stopped at Stow-on-the-Wold. And I don't know what we'll see up here.
That's all right. Right, okay, what's that? 20 pence, let's see if I've got another one. Now, folks, basically, the docks are over under the trees there on the little village green.
She said. Okay. Where?
There's some stuff. She said just on the right.
They have paintings. Oh, yeah. Look at that little wiener dog. Isn't it cute? Hey, Kevin. It says that there's a indoor bazaar near the church. It's very pretty, isn't it? Do you want to go on around?
Do we go that way or this way?
You want to go that way and come back?
If we can.
Well,
this is Church Alley.
oh, do you think this is to the church?
I have no clue.
So it's weird. I like to buy something with, you know, here's the church.
Yeah, I don't know where that thing would be.
I like to buy something that says where we are on it. Like I bought a sweatshirt with Canterbury on it, and last year I bought one that said Oxford on it. I bought one this year that said Windsor on it. I have not seen any sweatshirts that say the Cotswolds or anything, you know, to buy, except for tea towels. Yeah, tea towels. There's only so many tea towels you can have. It's a pretty church. It looks like if we go around that way.
Yeah, we can come back. We only have 45 minutes, so.
Here it is. The bazaar is here today. I get to go to a bazaar. Well, I went to my first church bazaar. Now I know what they're talking about in my books. When they say that they go to those, I know what they are.
It's like a little garage sale.
Yeah, it's like a yard sale, except yes, they had when you walked in the door, they had like jellies and jams, and they had cookies and all kinds of things. And then it was like, but it was used things. There's a fudge, a sweets. I'm trying to see what we're missing because we didn't walk down that way. Travel.
Garden outdoor living.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Sorry.
Here's second-hand books. Sheet music.
Where? Where?
This is them.
So we're going to a bookshop down here. Oh, it's right here. I'm afraid since they're older books that they're going to want a lot for them.
Yeah.
So I didn't even ask for the MC Beaton. There's that brand, Yardley. Oh, I wouldn't get any anyway. I was just telling you. Cotswold chocolate. Do you want to see if they're open? The Cotswold Chocolate Company. They have a cook shop. Do you want to go down here? Ooh.
How far is that? It's made out of those coal things.
Oh, that's nice. They have a lot of, look, homemade Bakewell tarts. How are we doing on time? Huh? If they're open, I'd like to go in there.
Is there a cup?
Is it the same store?
It's like two right next to each other. You should look for you a rolling pin. Do you want to go in the toy store?
We have time. You want to walk that?
This is called Grey Gardens. How are we doing on time? This says antiques up here, but I don't know if it'll be open or not. Up here. But I don't know if it'll be open or not. I love how they bring their dogs. I think that's cool. They actually have two that say that. They have one here and then they have one on the corner. So I don't know if this will be open or not. Huh? This says early oak furniture. I don't know. It says they're closed too.
We're heading back to the
Oh, I know.
bus area.
I wonder if this is open right here on the corner. He just, yeah, let's go in there. This antique shop. Wonder what Stotts of Stow is over there. Oh, there's a, we need to go in there. Do we have time?
Less than 15.
So this is a flea market? I guess there's more up here because it looks like there's a tea room too. Oh yeah, here it is right through here. It's inside the church. That was a neat store because it had the bottom and then you went up to the top, there was a coffee shop, and then you go on up to the very top and it's more antiques, and it was a lot of steps. Now if you want, we'll stand outside in the shade till it's time to get on because it's hot on there without the air conditioner. I don't mind. I don't mind waiting out at all. I think that's what everybody else is doing too.
Sheep, yes, drive sheep through the town. And also, long ago, from a long time ago, Stow has had an association with horses. A horse fair used to be twice a year. It was granted a market charter way back in, it's either 1100 something or 1200 something. 1107. That's how long it's been allowed to have a market for. With his son and heir, who was a bit of a tearaway. He obviously had a not terribly easy childhood. And his mother, they'd split when he was quite young. His name is James. He used to be the Marquis of Blenheim before he succeeded to the title of Duke of Marlborough. And Jamie went really off the rails. He went into drink, he went into drugs, he was even in jail for a few hours, you know, it wasn't good. And father, very sort of, you can see in the portrait, very sort of stiff, upright, military type. Obviously, you know, very upset that his son should be like this. Decided he wasn't going to leave the estate in only his son's hands. So he had a special sort of committee trust set up, and of course that made it more divisive and upset his son even further. So for a long time you could say they were more or less estranged. The Duke went through 3 other wives, started a new younger family, and then married for the 4th time. Finally, just before he died, it was the 4th wife who managed to reconcile father and son. And that was the moment when James started to, in a sense, be allowed to play a part on the estate, and he was to take care of the whole of the new gift shop and other things. But James, with his second wife and family, have decided not to move into the palace, and they live where they were living before his father died, in a cottage in the grounds. Princess Diana is related to the Churchills. You know, it was often said that she had more royal blood in her than the royal family. But obviously it didn't start with a king or a queen. And if you want to know where, then the John Churchill that I'm talking about, the first Duke of Marlborough, one of his daughters, John and Sarah's daughters, Anne, married the Charles Spencer that brought the Spencers into the family. And then it was one of her sons who was the ancestor of Di's father. So there's a link there. Another, I think, interesting moment in the history was when we had the 9th Duke, whose nickname was Sonny, but he wasn't at all sunny disposition, really. It was from one of his titles, Earl of Sunderland, which is up in the north of England. Anyway, Sonny was, sometimes I go and I think, I don't know, why don't they make some nice sort of gardens here? But then I can see that it's much easier to have all sorts of functions if you just leave it plain. You'll see what I mean when we get there. But Inspector James Bond is going to a meeting, I think, with the baddies, if I remember rightly, and he, pulls up in his Aston Martin, all these other sort of smart cars, and it's at night time, and the facade of the palace is lit up. Also a little bit of Gulliver's Travels and quite a little bit of the Young Victoria. Those films were set there. past famous for glove making. But again now, like Stow-on-the-Wold, full of eateries and antique shops. Welcome to my weekend pad. Just look on the right now. We'll go as gently as we can. And now you can see what I mean about rooms in the bridge, and imagine that there were lots of other ones that are now underneath the water. Fancy a job mowing the grass? Everybody for being so punctual in our other 3 stops. You've won yourselves 20 minutes extra. So leaving time is 4:30. I'll just put it on my board.
So this is Blenheim Palace, and we're waiting on our tour guide to get the tickets for us, and then we're going to go on in. Kevin was chosen to hold the umbrella for our guide, but I think he looks really cute. So there's a gift shop in there and a courtyard. We'll probably go through the gift shop before we leave. This is the other side of that big gate that we saw before. And we got our ticket from our guide. Bag searching in progress. So try not to take a great big bag in here. Try to take something small. Kevin, look at that. Can you take a picture? Well, you wait till we get through, I guess. That would be a good one, though. So that was easy. I didn't have to get checked because I'm wearing a small, my small bag.
We haven't quite decided what we can spend this compensation money on. Yeah.
Spending it on his wife who's have to listen to it.
He's going to get tall soldiers. Yeah, I know. We'll see. I'm not saying anything. It takes a long time. It takes a long time. I'm not saying anything. I don't like to through them.
When did you find out?
Well, I arranged
The independent doctors. Yeah, well, he can call. And they're chasing it.
how it runs. That's it, hopefully.
See, a couple of weeks ago the wisteria was,
Really up.
yeah, it was beautiful. So we're back from our trip and we just finished eating at Pizza Express. That will be a separate video all on its own. So if you're interested in Pizza Express and what we had for dinner tonight, you'll want to watch that video. Right now we're on our way back and this is our view. Very pretty. It's not too far. Not too far. It's like, I think Kevin looked it up and it was a mile. It was a mile from the Pizza Express where we were at, which is on Victoria Street, back to our hotel. So you know, Kevin asked if I wanted to use the tube, but to me, I didn't want to use, well, at first I figured we could walk off some of this food because it was a big pizza.
It was a dinner size plate.
It was, yeah, it was the size of a dinner plate and it was huge. But first of all, I figured we could walk some of that off. And secondly, I thought, why use our Oyster card? You know, we have 3 days left. Yeah. So I'm thinking, why use it if we don't have to use it?
And it was literally a minute ride on the food.
Yeah.
One station to the next.
Yeah, for a 1 minute ride, it's just not worth it. It's not worth going down there and waiting and then having to, yeah, in the heat. Because it feels so good. You don't realize how good it feels out here until you go down there and it's like, you're just stifled. It's hot. Look at that, there's a fender all over that bus. Oh, you want to take one of this, Kevin?
Which one is that?
Of this side you did? I didn't know you took one of that side.
Anyway, we can walk on this side of the bridge and then go under the bridge over the other end. Edge of the water. was like at the water level.
It said Labour Party.
I wonder what area he was in.
Oh, I don't know.
It's 5 seconds.
Yes, I watched him. As I was coming down, he was peeing behind the sign. Yeah. I knew her. Yeah. Well, when people are peeing all over the place, doesn't make it smell too good, does it? You allowed to do that? Huh? I didn't know they were allowed to go in there. It is filthy. I mean, it's like really, really bad filthy. When you're looking at it on TV, it doesn't look like this. It looks really, really dirty.